Hey there, my name is Matt Randall, and I was featured on episode 88 of the Sharp End podcast, where I discussed my fall on South Maroon Peak last May. In the podcast, I mentioned a book that has helped me deal with my fall. There's been interest in the book from the listeners, so Ashley asked if I would do a quick video to discuss the key takeaways. By doing this, I am in no way trying to say that I am an expert in psychology or cognitive therapy. I'm simply trying to make a great resource more accessible for folks. The book is called Learned Optimism by Martin E.P. Seligman. The focus of the book is on something we all experience, negative events, and how we deal with them. A negative event in the mountains is most likely some form of accident, like mine, but there are also negative events in day-to-day life, whether that's getting a bad grade on a test, not getting your dream job, the list goes on. The first topic I will discuss are the pessimistic and optimistic explanatory styles. So an explanatory style is how you explain negative events to yourself. We will discuss how both pessimists and optimists explain negative events to themselves in terms of being permanent, personal, and pervasive. So pessimists tend to believe that negative events will last forever, they're permanent, that they are 100% their fault, that they're personal, and that they will affect the rest of their lives, that they're pervasive. Optimists, on the other hand, tend to believe the opposite, and research indicates that people with a more optimistic style tend to do better in school, work, sports, etc. Pessimism in healthy doses is actually beneficial, though. If someone can apply a slightly pessimistic view to situations, they're more of a realist than a full-on pessimist. And especially in the mountains, this is beneficial since you want to remain objective about how you think and not let your emotions run decisions. So, now that we have a basic idea of the two explanatory styles, let's discuss what we can do about it. If you trend towards being more pessimistic, that's okay. The brain is plastic in nature and can essentially be rewired to think more optimistically, hence the name of the book, Learned Optimism. To rewire the brain, the book discusses cognitive therapy and breaks it down into 5 tactics. I will identify these 5 tactics and apply my fall on South Maroon as an example. So the first step is recognizing the pessimistic thought. I can't believe I hit that rock on South Maroon. I suck at skiing. The second step is disputing that pessimistic thought. I did hit that rock, but I don't suck at skiing just because of that. The third step is reattributing responsibility where necessary. Due to my ego and need for validation, I wanted to impress my friends that day and show them how comfortable I was on such committing terrain. That prevented me from truly being in the moment and focusing on the task at hand. The fourth step is to learn and make progress. I made mistakes that day, and I need to work on not being so ego-driven or caring what others think. But I will not let that prevent me from doing what I love to do and improving at it. And then the last step is challenging future pessimistic thoughts. I know I'm capable of skiing committing terrain, but I need to ensure I am focused and trying to minimize external influences. Having a more optimistic view is about preventing the negative event from taking control of you, while also identifying where you're responsible and using that to empower you to make a plan to improve. I encourage everyone to think back on a recent negative event in your life. Maybe it was not getting the raise you wanted at work, being broken up with, or maybe it was as simple as not sending the proj. If you tend to apply a more permanent, personal, or pervasive explanation to why those negative events happen, I encourage you to apply the steps I've outlined to try and think more optimistically. It won't happen overnight, but if you begin to think about negative events in a different way, you can indeed change the way you think about them in the future. I still fall victim to pessimistic thoughts, and it takes deliberate effort to think in a more constructive manner, but I can say it does get easier as you do it, the more you do it. If you made it this far, thanks for listening, and I hope you get something from this. If anybody has any follow-up questions, feel free to reach out to myself or Ashley. Thank you.